Hello, welcome to the Tuesday after Memorial Day weekend. I hope you all had an awesome weekend. Today, I'm going to talk to you about some tips and things that you can do when you feel like you overdid it as far as the food went. Maybe you didn't work out like you had planned, and you're just feeling a little bit yucky about the whole thing on Tuesday. So that's what we're going to talk about today because I am definitely in that boat. Good morning, Tanya. So in case you don't know me, my name is Rachel and I'm a mom of 6 and I help moms lose weight without feeling deprived, without having to take a bunch of magic pills that don't work long-term, and helping you live a lifestyle that you can live for the rest of your life without feeling like you're just constantly living on a diet and on an over-exercise. So today I'm going to talk to you about what you can do about the weekend if you overdid it a little bit and you're feeling kind of crappy about it. So here's my weekend. It was a 3-day weekend. We live on a lake, so there's lots of time outside, which means, lots of outside foods like chips and dip and grilling, and 7-layer dip is something we always have. You may have seen my picture of that on Sunday. And we always have a fire and have s'mores at least once or twice during the weekend. And there's just a lot more junk food than there is usually in my life. And that junk food is really hard to say no to, especially when it's the first weekend that you've really gotten to be outside, maybe even had at a picnic with family, friends, with work. And there's just a lot of foods that you just haven't really been around all year because they're summer foods and you just want to dive in and go crazy on them. So that's kind of what happened a little bit around here. On Saturday, all was pretty good on Saturday. We had s'mores, and I always have a s'more when we have a campfire and have s'mores. So if we have, 4th of July weekend and we have like 3 nights where we have campfires and have s'mores, I have a s'more every single time. I used to always tell myself, no, 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 no. And then what ended up happening is I'd end up making like 3 of them. So I always have a s'more. So I had a s'more Saturday night. Sunday, we did the 7-layer dip. That stuff is so amazing. And what I did is I had kind of a medium-sized bowl of it and I spread it over 2 meals, but I had quite a few chips with it. And I also had a s'more. So that wasn't an ideal day, but yesterday was the kicker for me. So what happened is it was cold and rainy here, windy, do not want to go outside. I did get up and do my workout. I did get up and have my superfoods, but when we got on the couch and we started watching movies, I just kept dreaming of popcorn. And so I had a lot of buttery, salty popcorn yesterday. And so that left me feeling pretty full. And then for dinner, we grilled some steak and I basically ate straight steak because in my mind, I was like, I've already eaten all this carbohydrate and fat and all that. So I'm just gonna have some straight steak. And then before bed, I had a little bit of ice cream because it's just something I like to do every once in a while. So in my eyes, yesterday was a total disaster as far as meals were concerned. And basically I sat on the couch and watched TV all day. I didn't get up and do a thing. So it's kind of not my best day. So I found myself, as many of you may do, laying in bed at night, thinking over my day, thinking, I totally blew it, saying up all the beat me up things. Why do I do this stuff? I know it's not good for me. I know I'm going to feel awful the next day. What can I do tomorrow to fix it and undo all the damage? Why did I do this? Why did I do this? Oh my gosh. And then I caught myself and I realized what I was doing, that I was going to make the whole situation worse. That one day, one weekend even, isn't going to totally derail any of your health and fitness efforts. And I stopped myself and I created some new thoughts. About how it's not that big of a deal, how I enjoyed that popcorn, how I enjoyed the s'mores, I enjoyed the 7-layer dip, that I loved sitting on the couch with my kids and watching movies last night and all day yesterday. And so I created some new thoughts. And that is what I want to share with you today, is things that you can do to create new thoughts and to get back into those old habits without feeling like you need to deprive yourself and like you need to go to the workout room for 4 hours the next day. So here's what you can do. So the first thing that you're going to do is stop yourself. Recognize those thoughts and just completely stop yourself, because that is what is going to keep you stuck in those patterns. So if your pattern is that you overeat on the weekend and then Monday comes, or Tuesday in this case, and you think, I'm not eating anything all day, you starve yourself all day. Well, what's going to happen by the time you get home that night? You're going to be starving, hungry, and you're going to go back for the bag of chips. You're going to go back for the ice cream. You're going to go back for the popcorn or whatever it was that you overindulged on the weekend, because there's still some there. And you're starving. So that's the roller coaster that we go on. And then by the end of the week, we're like, all right, I got this, I'm back in control. And then the weekend comes and we're faced with the chips and the 7-layer dip and the s'mores and the ice cream and the popcorn and the hot dogs and all those delicious, yummy things. And we overdo it again. And then we come back the next week. Okay, I'm gonna start myself on Monday, and it just keeps happening over and over and over again. And we can't get off the roller coaster. So what I want you to do is I want you to recognize those thoughts, recognize the situation, take a look at it, but take a look at it from that kind of view of like from the outside. You're recognizing it. You're seeing it for what it is. Yeah, I overate a little bit. Yeah, I don't feel so good about myself. But don't make it mean a thing about you. Don't make it mean a thing about your weight loss efforts. Don't make it mean that you can't do it, that you're always going to mess up. Just look at it from the outside and tell yourself, yeah, that happens. That's life. I had a great weekend. I enjoyed every second of it. That popcorn was damn good, and I'm going to move on. So that's the first thing you're going to do is you're going to recognize and you're going to view it from the outside without making it mean anything. The second thing you're going to do is you're going to create a new thought. And your new thought is, I can eat like crap for the weekend and I can pull it together going forward. I can eat s'mores and still feel good about myself. I can eat a huge bowl of popcorn with butter and salt in front of the movie La Bamba, and I can feel great about myself the next day. I can still lose weight despite eating crappy food sometimes. I can be happy at my weight. There are so many new thoughts that you can come up with. So recreate those new thoughts. And guys, this is something that you can do while you're laying in bed at night on Sunday night or at the end of that weekend or the end of whatever day it was that you ate those quote bad foods. So stop, recognize the thoughts that you have, look at them as an outsider, and then to create new thoughts. And the third thing that you can do is I want you to go into the next day. So that would be today. And I want you to do things just like normal. I do not want you to starve yourself. I don't want you to skip breakfast, skip lunch, and save and eat this little piddly dinner because that's not going to help you. You're going to feel hungry. You're going to feel deprived. It just sets you up to be back on the roller coaster again for another week. So last night when I was laying in bed, I had a thought of, well, if I skip my pre-workout meal tomorrow, that'll save me some calories. And then I'll just like kind of skip my lunch and just eat an earlier snack, and I can like cut down some of my calories for tomorrow. But I've done that before and that doesn't work. All that did was make me have a crappy workout because I was hungry. And then by that time I get home, like I said, I'm starving and I go back for the bag of chips. So I had my pre-workout meal this morning just like normal. Then I did my workout. Then I had my shake. Then I had my post-workout meal, which I'm still working on because things got going a little late this morning. I'm doing all the things just like normal. I'm teaching my body that this is normal. Normal isn't binge on the weekend, starve all week. Binge on the weekend, starve a week. That's not normal. I don't want that to be my normal. I want my normal to be what I do every single day, whether I binged yesterday or not. So your third step is going to be bring life back to normal. So I want you to do things like drink a lot of water, and I want you to eat a lot of veggies, and I want you to eat your carbs just like usual, and I want you to have your protein like usual. Have it be a totally normal day. And of course, I want you to do your workouts, okay? Don't skip the workout because you had a crappy weekend and the week's, shot already, so I'm going to skip it. Do your workout anyway. Okay. Then what you're going to find is that your life gets normal. Your body starts to see this as normal instead of being on that roller coaster ride. And what's going to happen is you'll go to a Memorial Day weekend, you'll go to a festivity, and you'll be able to have a little bit of 7-layer dip. So for example, my mom used to make the 7-layer dip. She has hers different because she doesn't do like dairy, but I put all the things in it. So she would make this like square container, kind of like you'd make a small brownie pan. And I, honest to God, I would eat all of it, which meant that I ate a lot of chips with it. And then I'd feel bad, da. Well, now she makes me a smaller thing of it. And I had it over like 2 different meals yesterday. Is that an ideal way to eat all the time? Hell no. Okay. That doesn't really fit into my container configuration by any shape of the imagination. But having it over 2 separate meals totally satisfied my craving for 7-layer dip. I didn't overeat, and I enjoyed every second of it. And that's okay. That is worth it. That's the way that things should be. But if I'm going to be in this roller coaster binge mentality, then I'm not going to be able to stop. I'm going to eat the whole thing at one sitting, and then I'm going to go have dinner, and then I'm going to have 3 s'mores, and then I'm going to feel really bad the next day. And it's going to carry on and on and on and on. And so I'm here giving you these 3 tips today so you can stop being on that roller coaster where you blow it on the weekend and you starve all week, blow it on the weekend, starve all week, because that's not the kind of summer that you want to have. So to reiterate those 3 tips, here they are. The first thing is I want you to recognize that thought that you're having, that it's not a thought you want to have. I want you to recognize it. I want you to say, okay, I see that you're there, but I don't need to believe in you. I want you to have no judgment on it. I just want you to see the thought and recognize it. And then your second tip is I want you to change the thoughts. Change the thought into the ways that you want to be, to being the person that you want to be. And then your third step is to take tomorrow and do it just like you always would. Lots of water, lots of veggies, your awesome meal plan that you've been doing, do your workout, use those positive thoughts that you came up with the night before as you were falling asleep, and create that lifelong habit instead of the roller coaster that many, many, many of us live on, that I lived on for years and years and years. I would do great all weekend, and then Sunday would come along and I'd go down to my in-laws and I'd eat a bunch of garbage. And then Monday, I do the starvation thing again. It's not good for your body, not good for your mindset. It's not going to help you out long-term, and it's just not a long-term way of living. When I finally got the results that I've got now, it was because I created a habit and I stuck with that consistency all week long, all the time, instead of doing that up and down roller coaster thing. So if you want more information about what it is that I'm doing now for my nutrition and my workouts, you can shoot me a private message and I can share that with you. I'm going to be starting a brand new, actually it's not a brand new group, but we're doing a jump start, because we keep our group and we just keep adding and jump starting new women to the group so that we can help continue to support each other. There are tons of amazing women in that group that are supporting each other with losing weight, building muscle, with loving vegetables, with drinking water, all the things that create a healthy lifestyle. So shoot me that private message and I can share the details with you. And you can join me, because I am starting a brand new round of the workout that I've been doing for the last almost 18 months now. And I'm in love with it. Kick-ass workouts, easy meal planning. The accountability from my group has just helped me finally lose the last 10 pounds, finally get to where I want to be. And I want to share that with you. And so I'm starting that brand new on Monday. If you want to jump in and start with me on Monday, shoot me that private message so I can share the details with you and you can get signed up. And I look forward to chatting with you all, and have a great week. No starvation allowed. Let me know down in the comments how your weekend was and how you are going to bring back in your normal healthy habits through the week. So have a great week. Bye-bye.